Hello guys, welcome back. So Loki's kind of pushing me to do this one. It feels super timely for one of you, and I think I know why he wants me to do it. But he gave me a scolding after Asmodeus gave me a scolding. He did too. And I knew he was angry, and I kept saying to Loki, "Why are you angry?" And he's like, "I'm not angry." And that voice that tells you there's rage right beneath the surface. And I said, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Are you mad because some of the people I've had to block recently? Or, are you mad because I'm not jumping through hoops or something on Patreon? Or, what are you mad about? And he's not saying anything. And I'm like, did I block your favorite person recently? What did I do? And he was mad because he basically told me, after Asmodeus told me, that, you can't sell your integrity out. Sometimes when I have to keep the channel in order, and you do, or you'll have the Wild West on your hands, you have to block people at a certain point. And I don't care what your reason is for blocking them, but once you have a channel, you'll learn. You can't let somebody be a manager. You can't let somebody consistently give bad advice. You can't let somebody take over. You can't let somebody make it all about them. You don't want people on sub for sub bullshit like that, selling stuff, posting links against YouTube policy, on and on and on. You have to do a lot of that when you run a channel. And sometimes when I go to block someone, I'll hesitate for a microsecond because you think, well, is that someone that puts stuff in the tip jar from time to time? Is that a patron? Because sometimes people have like 5 different names online at least. And as Mooney's pointed out today, he goes, oh, you can be bought for a couple dollar tip. That's nice to know. That's useful information. I looked at him and I said, no, I can't. And he said, I don't care how much money they have or how much money they will put in the tip jar or give you on Patreon. He said, it's not worth it if you're going to sell out your ethics. And Loki is exactly the same way. Asmodeus was his only actual pick. He will sometimes do that. He'll let you get involved with a new group of gods. He already has the one for you picked out. He's just not going to tell you until things explode in your face. And then I'll tell you, he picked Asmodeus because Asmodeus is actually the only one that cares about me, genuinely loves me. I don't know what was wrong with Mammon. I don't think he actually liked me from the start. I truly don't. Looking back at it, his behavior was, yeah, I don't think he liked me from the start. It's just, gods, demons, angels, saints, whoever you work with, they're usually not purely one thing or another. Sometimes people will bring out something in them they wouldn't rather see. And he saw a soft touch with me. He saw someone that wasn't going to really force him to do anything, which is why Nori gave me a holy hell, which is probably why Loki probably went looking for her and brought her back. I got, And so Loki's cleaning up the household and fine-tuning it, and he's like, oh, none of the other demons are even allowed to be here. You notice we changed our tags because Mom was yelling at me, knowing his mom. And, Asmodeus is it. Because Asmodeus is going to give me discipline. Asmodeus can give me discipline with money. Asmodeus can give me discipline with Patreon as a business, with this as a business. With, whatever else I'm doing. Asmodeus can do that and be practical and make it fun. Asmodeus makes it enjoyable because he truly does love me, puts my interests first. Even if he doesn't agree with it, he'll usually go along with it as long as he doesn't think I'm heading down, towards a bad decision. And Loki, was pointing out to me, he says, if you're going to always keep selling out your ethics like that, and he let me learn the lesson for 6 months, and he let me learn it with Odin, he said, you're never going to get anywhere with gods because they're not going to take you seriously. And he said, I have the ones for you. He said, this is more than enough to take care of you, who you have in your main circle now. And he says, you're not forbidden from talking to any other god, but there are 2 in particular I think we can all think of that I'll never be working with. And, Loki's like that. Sometimes, he's very hands-on. It feels like he's micromanaging your life. And sometimes he will step back for days or weeks sometimes, and he will let you consistently make bad choices and live with the results. He won't always rescue us. I can't emphasize that enough. He's a wonderful god. He's a loving patron. But there are times where he figures, okay, you have worked with him long enough. He is going to put you in the deep end, and not even in the deep end. He's going to take you to the middle of the damn ocean and throw you in with chains and a weight on your legs and see if you can escape. And I got back here. And he does it for your own good, so you learn, because you're still learning under his protection and tutelage. You're still learning in a relatively safe environment. You might get hurt emotionally. You might become a little streetwiser, but you'll learn. You'll learn not to be taken advantage of, maybe, or to stand up for yourself, or to set limits, or you'll learn to remember your ethics. 2020 is a hard year, and you're seeing a lot of people do stuff that you never thought you'd see them do because, they want that money. I knew, they were supposed to have something for freelancers, for example, from the government. Well, it doesn't work for me because I've been working here this whole time, and even though I don't make any money working on YouTube, I depend on TipJar and I depend on Patreon. I couldn't go in to the government and say, "Oh yeah, I lost my job." It's more for people that are cabbies or something like that. That's who it's for. Maybe or waitresses, freelancers, whoever would be considered a free gig economy. I think that's the latest slang. It's for those kind of people, and they lost their job because of coronavirus. It's not for people like me, so I can't just go to the government and put out, knocking everything around, put out my hand and say I would like some money. So that didn't work. But some people would have kind of fudged the truth and been like, I'm really sorry to the gods, and got themselves some money. But I think honesty is always the best policy, and something like that would catch up with you in the end, and there will usually be serious penalties if you're caught. Sometimes the government's pretty good and they're like, just give us our damn money back. And sometimes there's penalties. So, he will have us remember ethics for stuff like that too. I don't judge people because I know when you're in a serious situation, people aren't always entirely honest. But at the same time, Loki does tell us to remember ethics because it usually does come back into our life. I've often called Loki karma. And he wouldn't have us starve to death or go without medicine or, have a disaster happen to us. But when it's something that we just get a sense we can calm down and center, and we get a sense that we truly don't need it, he wouldn't have us just take it either. So he's been working with me doing the refresher course on ethics of, I've seen a lot of opportunities pop up like, oh, hey, Patreon was doing something of, when COVID hit, you could apply for money from Patreon and they would give you whatever you lost, but I lost like $3. And I'm like, I'm not. There are people who probably took a big hit and lost hundreds or thousands of dollars. I lost maybe $3, $5, $7. And I'm like, I really can't, apply with a straight face or good conscience because, that was a temptation because I was like, wow, how much are they going to give me? And then I'm like, oh, they mean to replace, actual income you lost, which would be fairly easy for them to check. I don't know why they didn't just hand it out automatically, but that's Patreon for you. So, we just wanted to talk about that, and it is important when you work with Loki to be honest, because he is the kind of god that he will bring your dishonesty to light. A lot of people have said it, and it's true. So if, you're having an affair, or you are cheating on a test, or, you put extra items in your cart and you put them below on purpose because you didn't want to pay for them and you got out of the store, he will make sure something happens. He will make sure that somehow the tape of the store is like you are caught, or something will happen, or an alarm will go off. It won't even be an alarm on anything you put under your cart. It will be like something you have set it off. He's a very honest God, and he knows we all face temptation from time to time. And he's not going to yell at you and make you feel horrible, but, he will have you do the right thing, whether it's to not steal something you want, but, you want it, but you really don't need it. Like I said, ethics are different. There are situational ethics. If you're starving to death, he wouldn't have you starve to death, or you desperately need medicine. And I'm not saying just go out and take anything you want from a store, but you guys know what I mean. There are places you can go to for food and medicine and whatnot. But, he would not have us just tucking stuff under our cart or getting involved with a god or goddess just because we think they're going to give us money, but we really feel like we're selling out, or when you're selling out, and when a god or goddess feels wrong for you. You don't even have to be told. You just know. You feel like, ugh. Like I say, in my heart chakra is where I always feel it. It might be different from you. Maybe you get like a tummy ache or a headache or something. You will just feel down around that deity. You will feel depressed. I have anxiety, so if it's a deity that keeps setting off my anxiety, that is Mother Nature telling me this one doesn't have your best intent at heart. They don't have good intentions towards you. They are saying they have good intentions, but they're more of a frenemy. And some gods are to some people, and I don't know why. Maybe, people come up with all sorts of reasons. You did something in a past life, which you couldn't possibly know, or something in your family, but sometimes the gods are jerks. And that's the nicest way of putting it. So, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. But it felt very timely. And we're all going through a lot of temptation right now. We're all going through, unfortunately, Geminis especially can always figure a way around the rules. And it feels like with Mercury and retrograde, that is amping up. Like, how could I? Is there a way to do this? I wonder. I probably shouldn't. That's probably not the right thing to do. But I wonder if there's a way to do this. So yeah. So if you are going through temptation right now, just talk to Loki and say it's wrong. But you need some help on that. It's not a sin in the sense of the Christian sense of, you sinned and now you have to go confess or something. It's just what's right and wrong. And Loki will definitely have you live up to your ethical standards, whatever they are. They don't have to be anyone else's ethics, they just have to be yours. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you later. Bye bye.